Hello, tubes. This was a trash find a couple days ago. Was driving by and then saw it just sitting out. Picked it up, threw it in the back of the car, and brought it home. This is a Weedeater. It's a side discharge, a mulcher, but the mulch kit is gone. From what I gather, there is no pull cord, and the only thing I did when I picked this up is I squeezed this blade brake, and it's a little stiff. I've since then lubed it up, and it's missing this the proper bolt for that. But let's get into this. I gonna put in a new. Either I can redo the pull cord, or I think I actually have one that actually says Weedeater on it. Just put that on. And we've got some oil spillage here, and the oil filter is all full of oil. So let's get into this. Okay, here I am now. Gonna start getting into this lawnmower. Now, let's take this air hat off. And this is gonna need a new primer bolt too. Hope I have the black one, like that. Well, this side looks good. Yeah, this looks almost brand new. I'll just clean this out and put it back in. This is all full of oil. I'll just set this aside. Yes, that is a cookie sheet. Wife didn't want it anymore, so I found a use for it rather than the garbage dump. So what we're going to do now, because this recoil is messed up, is I have this one from a scrap mower. Otherwise I'd restring this one. One of the things I will do when I take this off, I will also inspect the flywheel key to make sure it is okay. Oftentimes the pull cord will get ripped out by people just after they hit something and break the flywheel key, and they keep on pulling and pulling and pulling it, and because it won't start. So.
Or the little truck down a little more.
Oh, and we have some 1/4 inch. To remove the oil filter dipstick. There is oil in here. I did check that. Now, let's just slap this one on. I've already lubed up. I've already put WD-40 in here to lube it up. Let's see. But first, I'm going to take off this bolt here. for the flywheel to inspect the key. To do that, I need a 15/16 or a 3/4 inch, I can't remember which, and a breaker bar. You take the flywheel nut off. It is a 15/16. I block it with an old piece of wood, just cut off from some wood project I was doing. I had to block the blade to keep the blade from moving. Kind of wedged in there, and you need to disengage the brake. When you do that, always unplug the and set aside the spark plug boot. Now take this, stick it on the, let's see, there we go. Again, I'm not taking out the flywheel unless the key's broken. And the key is partially sheared. Let me show you what that looks like. You can see this. Right here is the groove for the flywheel key. Here is the flywheel key itself. It's pushed over a little bit. I mean, this might be okay, but I don't want to go through this just to go put it back on again. So I'm going to go ahead and pop it off, put a new flywheel key on. It's just a partial shear, it looks like. Take off the flywheel key, there's nothing to it. I mean, to take off the flywheel. What I'm going to do is, this is the bolt that was on it. Screw it back on. Don't put it, leave a little up top, make sure it is above the shaft. Stick pry bar, and you're going to tap it with a hammer, and eventually it'll just pop right off. There we go. I felt it come off. You always want to inspect this, the flywheel. I've seen some where the groove where the key's supposed to go, a keyway, is all deformed. This one is a little, but it's still okay. Flywheel key itself is this, and it is partially sheared. You can see if I can get it close to the camera here. You see that little line there? That's where it started to shear, and it's partially sheared. I'm gonna just go ahead and put a new one in. What I got here is a undamaged flywheel key that I took out of a scrapped lawnmower that was beyond repair. So I'm just gonna use this one, and we'll use that and see how it goes. To prep putting the flywheel key in, you just take the key, slide it in, let me do that over again. Take the key, and you slide it back in place. Like that, and get your flywheel, line up this groove with it, and you put it back on. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and sand off the magneto first. When if you take the flywheel off, and if this magneto's bad, I've got a couple from a scrap mower that I know are good. There we go. So let's go ahead and now put the flywheel back on, and again the key fell. Put the actually put that in there, then let's stick the key in. See if that will work. No. Gonna put it on first. Can't do that with gloves. I can. Okay. Just put the key in, as you can see right here. See how it lines up? Now I'm gonna push it down with a screwdriver. There. Now let's put this all back on. I won't show you that. I got the flywheel back on. Now since this already needs a primer bulb anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take the carburetor off and inspect the diaphragm. Probably needs a new diaphragm. I've got a new diaphragm here and have a new primer bulb, the exact same kind. Okay, to take off the gas tank, it's a gas tank and carburetor kit combo. On this one, it's 2 3/8" bolts. On the newer Briggs, they've beefed this up and it's a 1/2 inch. This one is actually it's loose already, so that could also cause an intake leak. You see, it's a little loose.
That's already loose. Another hot day today here in where I live, in the southeast.
Now, to get this off, I'm gonna put another glove on. Get this off. You just pull this, the breather, the spacer, and that comes off. Then there's one linkage here. You have to, let me see. Oh, it's there you go. It's a Z-bend, and that comes off. Now remember, this goes on. I was interrupted there. That's okay. You want to make sure you remember the spacer goes there, and it goes in like this, like that. You want to remember that. I'm gonna take the breather off, just stick it back on so I don't forget it. And this is what we're gonna open up, take a look at, clean up. These are really easy to work on. Yeah, so okay. Now I'm gonna dump the gas into this old Folgers container and let's take a look. Ew. There's a lot of junk in it too. I might just have to go. Yeah, the gas tank's all rusted out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go grab another gas tank I've got off of a shelf from a scrap mower. Oh, I didn't show you this one. The inside of this one, and you probably won't be able to see it. The gas tank all corroded. So I don't have time to clean that out, so I'm just gonna put a new gas tank on. I've got 3 different ones from scrap mowers that will fit. They have the newer kind of carb here, where it's a red primer bulb, and this one's actually still good on this one. And so I might just use this one. This one is clean inside. And if you can see that, it's clean in there. Okay, I've got it down to this gas tank. The first one I showed wasn't the right one. Yeah, this one's got the, make sure that's there, otherwise it's not gonna vent properly. This primer bulb and this one's better. It's got a O-ring for the filter. And I'm gonna go inspect the diaphragm, because I remember, I think I had this one on when I pulled off the scrap mower, and I could detect that the diaphragm was going bad because it was running too rich. So it's nothing but 5 bolts, 5 screws. And you can take this all off and you can slap a new diaphragm on. I won't show me taking it off. Got the carburetor off. It's just these 5 bolts, and then this just pulls right out of the tank. Let's see. Get it better. Is that better? Yeah. Sorry for the bad lighting. But and make sure you save the bolts, obviously, and start to clean this out. This diaphragm, carefully peel off. This one doesn't look bad. Well. So I'm gonna try to just clean this out. Hey tubes, I got this cleaned off now. I'm gonna go ahead and replace this diaphragm. You see how this has got a big gap here? That's not supposed to be that way. So this might be good for a little bit, but no. Go ahead, since I already have one. These are like $1. What the hey? So if I can just get it open. There we go. This is a aftermarket part, it's not a Briggs & Stratton exact part. The first thing that goes on is the diaphragm. It only goes on one way. line up all the screw holes, 5 screw holes. Then you put the gasket on top. Again, lining up all the screw holes. Okay, you carefully, you see, goes like this. Carefully, what I like to do is actually it's this way. Carefully put down in the hole. This is going to be the hardest part of this job, is to then line up all the screw holes. And I'm going to go ahead and get a flashlight so I'll make sure I get it right. Yep, they're all lined up. You don't tighten them don't tighten all the way down yet. Just get them started, alternating sides.
See here. Okay, now done. Snug. Just snug them all up down. Then just tighten them all the way in. Do it mechanically, alternating sides in a diagonal pattern. That side. That side. That one.
That should be good. Now, time for reassembly. Okay, reassembly. First, you put the linkage on, like so. Breather, just do it like that for now. And you see, will this? Yeah, there we go. Breather's on. Okay, there you go. This is not the original gas tank for this, but it should fit. Let's begin to reattach it. Let me see here. Since, let's see, is that? No. Still rolling? Yeah. Since I'm changing the gas tank, I'm using the upgraded 1/2 inch bolt. There's a reason why they upgraded it. I don't know why, but we'll see. And how did this? Yeah, this went like this. Gonna have to. Tools. I don't. I could pull out my drill if I could find it. It's around somewhere. tank's in. So, and this primer is still good, so I don't have to change it. So all we got left to do is put the recoil on, and we're good to go. Got a slight problem here. This recoil is different. This has got this notched out of it. I'll see if I can go find another one that I have. I'm back here again. Turns out this carburetor is different than this one. Something to do with this linkage thing here. So I'm gonna have to take this one off and stick it on the new gas tank. So I'm not gonna show you that. Had a little problem here. The recoil I was planning to put on there will not fit on there, so I'm having to put the original recoil back on because it has this groove cut out right here where this one doesn't have that. So because that's for all this stuff. I also had to take this here, the linkage, where off of the old carburetor and stick it in this one. Apparently there's something different. I don't know, but so I'm gonna go ahead and restring that one, and I'll cut back in. If you want to see how to restring one, go look at my one that I did on a old school snapper on my channel. Okay, tubes, got it all back together here. Still got some spit shining to do. I got to balance the blade. It seems to be out of balance. See here, this cable's a little bit, hopefully it'll hold up. But this runs now. I had to put a new pull cord in and take the old recoil and some stuff. I had to combine the two carburetors together because the original one was toast. So it's a new tank, new diaphragm. I had to take some stuff from the other carburetor as well, and now this runs. It sounds like the blade's out of balance, so I'll check that next. I've got the oil filter here. I mean, this is what was in it. I've kind of wiped it clean. Now I'm going to service it. You put any more oil on it, like that, and then you scrunch it up and put it in. The oil is what attracts the stuff, the dirt particles, to filter it out. That's how the foam air filters work. Unfortunately, I didn't get a lot of this on video, but I finally got this all back together and getting it run. I had to use the original recoil, but I pulled the stickers off the other recoil and glued them onto this one. Had to put a new rope in it. I went ahead and put a used spark plug in that I cleaned. Air filter was fine. I just had to service it. The carburetor I rebuilt, but this whole carburetor gas tank is actually from a scrap mower. The gas tank that was on this was all rusted out. I did have to take the throttle linkage off of the original carburetor and put it on this one. I upgraded the bolt here on the side from one that was a 3/8 to a 1/2 inch, and sharpened the blade. And I've just hosed it off. My brother-in-law's got my power washer right now, so I'm gonna go give you a start here. It's really hot where I am right now, so I'm about to faint. But here's the model number. I believe this is means it was made in 2003. can't see. Can you see that there? That's the engine code. No, this is a 99. Is that what it means? But who knows? I could this recoil could be from something else. So let me go give you. I did lube up this the brake cable. Added this. I had to rearrange this so it works better. And this was missing. I had this from a scrap mower. And I used it to mow my yard today as a way of testing it. Third hand in place. Priming. This was a lot of work, but someone will enjoy it. I also took off the wheel caps off 2 of the wheels so they're all consistent. And I haven't power washed it, so I just hosed it off. Next time, tubes. See you later.